Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank the members of the committee for the honor of sitting at the dais today and being able to make a statement on this issue. Um, while I'm not a member of this committee, I'm certainly passionate about the issue. You know, I'm a mother of 3. I've got 2 daughters that I know that for most of their lives while they were young girls and teenagers, I never would have dreamed that when I sent them out the door to go to school or to the mall or to a store, that they were in jeopardy of being trafficked. I, like most moms in this country, I think, and I know certainly in my state of South Dakota, when we think about human trafficking, we think about the knowledge that we've experienced through the media or potentially through movies that we've seen and thought about it internationally and not so much at home in our day-to-day lives. It's not until the last few years where the more that I learn about this issue, the more it keeps me up at night. And I've begun to learn and to realize over the last several years the issues that we have in my own state of South Dakota, how prevalent it is during hunting season, that we have a motorcycle bike rally in Sturgis, South Dakota that happens every year where it is a big operation, that we have issues on our reservations that have been going on for decades, but that also we have it going on at our schools, that we have kids that are being approached and brought in, much like Stephanie's story that she told. Could start through Facebook or Twitter, where they start becoming attached to a stranger who says kind and nice things to them and draws them into this industry where they soon find that they are being used and utilized in ways that they never dreamed possible. So for me, it breaks my heart, and I think we need to do all that we can to stop this deplorable industry and those involved in it. I had on Monday an event called the Justice Against Slavery Summit. It was probably the most comprehensive summit that we've had in South Dakota that brought together law enforcement officials, it brought together school counselors, administrators, outside organizations, faith-based organizations, legislators, to talk about what we could do in our state and across the country to help stop human trafficking and sex trafficking that was going on. Some of the greatest needs that have been talked about here today already have not only been the tools that we need at the federal level with legislation to make sure we can prosecute those who not only perpetuate the industry by being the pimps that recruit and bring our young women and men into the industry, but also those Johns who go out there and create the market. And what we need all the tools we can possibly get to stop them and to prosecute them to the highest extent possible. But also I've been working with my state legislators to make sure that our state laws are as high as possible. Then we need to work to make sure the awareness is out there. I guess 2 of the things that we identified were very key on Monday and that we're going to continue to work together as a comprehensive group is to make sure that the awareness level is high. And this hearing today will help with that. I think it has helped a lot already just in my conversations and the conversations that will happen after this hearing is long over on the information that we've been able to gather and how we can use that to go out and tell the story to the rest of America. So all moms and dads and teachers and counselors and people that see individuals on the street can be aware and know what to look for to help prevent the trafficking before it ever starts. And then after that, the biggest gap that I see is once we do have victims out there is that we have a lack of ability to restore them because of a lack of shelters, of centers that can bring them the help and hope that they need into the future. So we need to do all that we can to make sure we're cooperating together with nonprofit organizations, faith-based organizations, but also in our role as federal legislators and state legislators to work to make sure that we have facilities there so that when someone calls and they need help and they can get out of this industry, that we know where we can send them so they can get the help that they need to be whole and to be healed and to go forward as well. So, you know, President Kennedy often said the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. And doing nothing is not acceptable in this industry. Each of you has been an advocate in this area, and I want to thank you for bringing attention to it. And I certainly want to be your partner in this war that we find ourselves engaged in. I look forward to all of the testimony that we hear today and to working with you and all the organizations to stop human trafficking, to stop sex trafficking, and certainly to make sure that this evil can be stopped. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.